All right, you guys, this your boy back at y'all with another one. Shouts out to the Lions and basketball community. I'm going to give a special shout out to King Conic 713 for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate you, my sister. I hope you enjoy the content. Okay. Now, one thing I really wanted to talk about, and one thing I really wanted to stress to my brothers and sisters out there, that once you sell out the black community and you buy into the ideology and the concepts and the principles of white supremacy, right? You can't come back, okay? There ain't no coming back from this. You need to understand when it comes to black empowerment, when it comes to the black community, right? Just like these white supremacists, we need to take a page out of their playbook, right? They're uncompromising, unyielding. They're not interested in entertaining anything that don't involve their interests, okay? And we need to adopt the same principle when it comes to black empowerment. We need to be uncompromising, we need to be unyielding, and we don't need to entertain anything or anyone that don't have our interests at hand. That's the only way we can move forward. And you think you can be a double agent, right? What's up, T Price? If you think you could be out here running game trying to play both sides, you will be identified, you will be found out, and you will be cast off into the abyss. It only takes one time to sell out the black community in the white supremacy. See, the devil's always at work, okay? The devil's always at work, and the devil consistently out here trying to peddle lies. They out here always trying to prop up someone you've never heard of. Running the same old tired-ass playbook. And look, one thing I noticed about the people, my people, we starting to get real smart when it comes to this stuff, right? With the power of the internet, when you can research information on your phone, when you can research information on your tablet, through your smartwatch, all that. We're starting to see what's going on. See, back in the 1980s, 70s, 80s, hell, even in the 90s, some propped up person you never heard of can come in, infiltrate the camp, right? Promise you the whole world. Talk about how they're going to do this, that, and the third. If you vote for me, we could bring real change to America. We could bring real change to the black community. And then when they get elected, where are they? Where they at? You can't find them anywhere. And then when you do find them, then they have this sudden case of amnesia. And a lot of these black politicians out there carrying water for these damn white supremacists out here. Cori Bush, right? One example of this is Cori Bush. Now, Cori Bush is a representative out of Missouri. She's a freshman congresswoman at that. She serves the first congressional district out there. Now that's district includes St. Louis and northern St. Louis County. Okay. Now, this is the thing I don't like, and I'm a share a screen with y'all. What's up, Crump TV Entertainment? Salute to you, homie. Because this is what I don't like. No, I will not donate to your campaign. So, where's her profile at? See, this is the thing. This thing about someone being a single mom, like this supposed to be some kind of badge of honor and all that. You know, it just, look, I don't understand why somebody would put that out there. Hey, I'm a single mom. Well, what is that? Is that supposed to be some kind of calling card to try to land a date? Right? Was there's plenty of fish? This whole thing being a single mom is not supposed to be some kind of badge of honor. So what has Cori Bush has done for her constituents out there in St. Louis? Right? What has she done? And no kind of camera time. You walk in the streets holding up some fist as opposed to sway me into believing that you're for black empowerment. Right? Because see, there's a lot of fake activists out there. Tamika Mallory is another one. Another fake activist. What activists you know and do endorsement commercials for Cadillac? And if you think about it, it's kind of stereotypical. If you think about it, they just think all black people drive Cadillacs, right? See, I learned to read between the lines when it comes to a lot of this bullshit that's out here in today's society, right? What activist you know works with the supposed enemy, right? Joe Biden's supposed to be our enemy. Kamala Harris supposed to be our enemy, but yet you got goddamn Tamika Mallory working with them. And then she goes on, you know what? I'm going to get on her ass later. But, you know, I don't understand. Just because you doing all this, how does that mean? Does that mean that you're an activist? Does that mean you're doing anything for your constituents because you're sitting up here talking to people? What legislature has she passed to support her constituents out there in goddamn St. Louis? What has she done anything specifically for black people? I'm not talking about for all of Missouri. What has she done specifically for black people? Right? Because a lot of laws and a lot of legislature got passed for Asians strictly for them. But for black people, we gotta have everybody come to the cookout, right? No. Fuck all that. Why would you sell out the black community, even when they're done with you, they're gonna toss you aside like you're a piece of trash, and then they're gonna run articles like this. Now, in case you hadn't seen this particular article, right? Look how they're going after her in the media. Congresswoman Cori Bush praises activists who wish death to cops. So Tank McBride, Mr. Panzer, what's going on, man? Good morning, everybody. Right? Look how they trashing her in the media. Now, this goes on to say, Cori Bush praised a Black Lives Matter activist who called for the death of police officers during a speech on the floor of House of Representatives Thursday. The freshman Democrat from Missouri recalled Palestinian American Bassem Masri's actions in the wake of the 2014 Ferguson police shooting of Michael Brown, as she likened the bloody conflict in the West Bank of the BML movement, right? Masri, who died in 2018, received national attention for streaming heated exchanges with cops during protests outside the Ferguson Police Department. I'm praying for your death and the death of your. I'm praying for your death and your death and your death and your death, he reportedly said in one viral clip. Now, he also tweeted that pigs in a blanket frown like bacon after being arrested, which has been chanted and repeated by other police protesters. So basically what the media is doing, they are using Cori Bush as a prop, and they're associating her with this activist who wished death on cops. So in essence, she's guilty by association. So they want you to believe that Cori Bush also believes in killing cops. This is what this article is designed to do. And this is why we keep saying that you should not sell out your community, right? Because had we seen an article like this, we should be the first ones to go to Cori Bush's defense. But since you sold out the Black community, you're not going to get that same kind of defense. You're not going to get that kind of energy, right? Now, if I'm wrong, someone please let me know if I'm wrong about Cori Bush, right? If I'm wrong about what Cori Bush has done, right? If you live out in the St. Louis area, right, and you seen Cori Bush put her feet to the ground, put in that work, and you've benefited from the work she's done, right? Then I need you to tell me, and then I can retract this video. But until then, I ain't retracting shit. Okay? Motherfuckers showing more love for people overseas than the people who actually live here. We're giving immigrants and we're giving all these people who have no business being here more love, more support, more adulation than the people who actually live here, right? Now, they can run all kind of voter suppression laws and to keep people from coming out. But then again, if you're not appealing our interests, we're not coming out anyway, right? Let's just tell the truth in this bitch. The Republican Party could put out all these voter suppression laws. They could put out all this stuff to try to keep us from coming out and voting and all that. But my thing is, if you ain't appealing our interests, we're not coming anyway. Okay? Now, speaking of the aforementioned Tamika Mallory, right? Because, you know, the more she talks, the more she continues to put her foot in her mouth, right? This woman went on an episode of the Drink Champs, right? She went on Drink Champs, right? Along with Min Sung. And they talked about a whole wide range of topics, right? Now, this thing was 2.5 hours long. 2.5 hours long. And they talked about, you know, a whole wide range of topics from the N-word, racism, politics, right? And other things. Now, this woman literally went on there and defended Joe Biden. So this is the thing. she went on there and she basically talked about what Joe Biden has done for other people, but when it comes to black people, it's not that simple. What the fuck do you mean it's not that simple? What the fuck are you talking about? Who propped up this fake activist to be the voice of the black community? Huh? She's on Revolt TV. Man, that whole interview was revolting, if you ask me. I can argue that sexism is worse than racism. Really? How can you argue that? Right? Oh, well, Donald Trump is an imminent threat. He just cannot be the president anymore. And now that that's gone, now we can look on to the future and you know, they have to account for everything that they've done. Like, get the fuck out of here. Don't tell me that Joe Biden is. Don't talk all this shit about Joe Biden and then turn around in the same breath be like, well, Joe Biden has done. I can argue that Joe Biden has done stuff for the black community. And I understand that everybody else is involved, but you got to find a way to get a piece of the pie. Bitch, shut the fuck up, okay? Shut up. But see, when you run with Oprah Winfrey, people of her ilk, right? When you run around with Gayle King and Angela Rye and all these other jackasses out here who's supposed to be for the black community and all that, this the kind of shit you get. And I need my sisters out here to call her out on her shit and run her ass out of the fucking building. The fuck you mean it's not that simple? It is that simple. But this the truth sayer, right? This the truth sayer. Tamika Mallory is a goddamn truth sayer. This bitch ain't no fucking truth sayer. I want y'all to see this shit. If y'all hadn't seen this, right? If y'all have not seen this, I want y'all to see this. I did a video about this a while back. Now, this was during Women's History Month back in March. Look at all these idiots, all these jackasses that's on the goddamn, this supposed truth sayers, right? You got Amanda Gorman. Now, no one never heard of Amanda Gorman before. She did the presidential speech. And back on January 20th. No one's never heard of this woman, right? She running around here looking like a rotten banana with a lifesaver on the top of her head, giving that fecal-minded, fecal matter, bullshit-ass fucking poem, and all of a sudden now she's supposed to be America's poet? Get the fuck out of here. Right? Tamron Hall. What's up, Omega Red? Tamron Hall worked for NBC. They basically cast her off to the side for Megyn Kelly, right? And I'm really disappointed in Tamron Hall. I used to be a big fan of Tamron Hall. Not anymore. And then you got this bitch right next to her, Tamika Mallory. Now, Tamika Mallory, she's been going these long-winded diatribes about how Joe Biden was doing this and how Joe Biden was doing that for the black community and all this other shit. Right? What activist you know finds time to go on the Grammys? Right? What activists you know doing Cadillac commercials? What activists you know literally works with the enemy? This woman ain't no fucking activist. She's a fraud. She's a sham. She's a charlatan. She's an actress, right? Or what I like to call a fictivist, right? That's what she is, a fictivist. Look at all these jackasses out here. Brittany Patton Cunningham. I don't even know who the fuck she is. What has she done? Michelle Obama? Who has she done? Right? Now she made headlines talking about if you want to visit my family, you need to be vaccinated. Right? This the thing, y'all. This thing about that vaccination, right? It don't prevent you from getting the virus. Okay? Just because you get it's no different than a flu shot. Okay? You go out and get a flu shot. Do you still go out there and get the flu? Yes, you can still get the flu, even though you got the flu shot. It don't prevent nothing. That's how you know there's a lot of dumbass people running around here in today's society, man. Just because you get a vaccine don't mean you won't get it. You can still get it. Anyway, Oprah Winfrey, we all know how that Aunt Jemima run business and whatnot. She's been she is a notorious sellout, a notorious Aunt Jemima. Right? She's been practicing that religion of Jemamism for years. Right? But she can kiss that walrus, Harvey Weinstein on the cheek, right? She can shit on black men all day and all night long, get involved in bullshit ass fucking documentaries about Michael Jackson, who's supposed to be her friend, right? Now Michael Jackson's supposed to be her friend, but yet she take a part in a bullshit ass fucking documentary with two known liars, right? But she's a truth sayer, right? Okay. We all know who that person is next to her, Tyrannosaurus Bird, or I like to say KRS-One baby sister. KRS-One baby sister, right? Hey, I got a question for you, KRS-One baby sister, right? Where are you at talking about an incident that happened at Ohio State University when it came to a massage therapist sexually assaulting and targeting individuals while at Ohio State? Now, if you hadn't seen this article, right, I'm about to pull it up for you. Now, why is Me Too not talking about this, right? Oh, because it's only the males that's sex predators, right? That's what it is. That's what it is, Tyrannosaurus Bird. Right? That's what it is, Tyrannosaurus Bird. So there's only the men that are sex predators, right? So we're yet talking about this. Massage therapist loses license after targeting Ohio State football players for sexual encounters. Right? A woman has lost her massage license in the state of Ohio after a scheme targeting Ohio State football players for sexual encounters. Ohio State revealed the findings of an independent investigation into the woman's interaction with football players on Thursday. The investigation found that 5 Ohio State football players had consensual sex consensual sexual encounters with the woman after she had offered massage therapy services, that over 20 players have received massages from the woman through social media. The woman, whose identity was redacted in the documents released by the school, was ordered to permanently surrender her license on March 30th. So let me get this straight. So and this is what the media does, right? See, this what tells me this is either possibly this could potentially be a white woman, right? How come her name hasn't been released to the public? Because you was quick to throw Deshaun Watson under the bus, right? Let a black man be, the subject of a sexual assault or some sexual or some sex crime or some kind of sexual misconduct, and his face will be plastered all over the airwaves. They'll make this man out to be menace to society. You don't believe me? Ask R. Kelly. Ask Bill Cosby. Ask Russell Simmons. Ask Deshaun Watson. These individuals were plastered all over these individuals' faces were plastered all over TV like there was these goddamn sex predators and all that. And they were just off of allegations. There was nothing proven about those individuals, right? There was nothing proven in the court of law, and yet these guys get raked through the coals in the court of public opinion. You get these feminists out here that will chomp at the bit to crap all over those aforementioned names I just mentioned. But we get this going on. Where's the same smoke? Where's the same smoke, Tyrannosaurus Burt? Or it's not your job? That what you're trying to say now? It's not your job, right? See, shit like this is what make your fucking organization useless. It has no credibility. You're a fraud, you're a sham. But you a truth seer, right? Get the fuck out of here. You no goddamn truth seer. Let's go on next. Let's go on. I got the same entry. There's a lot of buckets and men out here too. Trust me, they coming too. Don't worry. There's a lot of buckets and men I'm gonna go after next. What's up, underrated darkness, man? You know what I'm saying? Salute to the homie. The #1 grinder, right? So go subscribe to the underrated darkness if you don't mind, right? My LDBC brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to come in underrated, there's the link. Then this chick who got a fade like mine, right? I don't know who the fuck she is. I never heard of her a day in my fucking life, right? What's up, every real gamer? Then next to her, Oprah Winfrey Low Lapdog, right? Angela Bassethound, aka Gail King. Now, she's made it her mission to go after black men. We talked about how she tried to go after Justin Fairfax. We talked about how Justin Fairfax was lieutenant governor out here in Virginia. When the whole blackface scandal went down with Ralph Northam, Justin Fairfax was set to become governor. And as he was set to become governor of Virginia in light of the blackface scandal, then you have all these women come out like Meredith Washington and quote unquote dark Vanessa Tyson run their mouth about how this dude was raping them and all that type of shit. And you had that woman talk about how her neck didn't work, right? Then next, I don't even know who the fuck she is. Who the fuck is this? Lovey Ajayi Jones, like, what the fuck made her relevant, right? And then last but not least, Angela Rye, right? Now I thought Angela Rye was cool and all that, but her true. But see, this is the thing: when they be propping up these people and all that, right? They be propping up all these people. The one thing that's on our side is time. Give it time. Give it time, right? That's why we can't be so quick to, ordain or classify or give people titles and accolades and all kinds of praise that don't deserve it, right? Just because you say something one time don't mean you for black empowerment. Just because you do something one time don't mean you for black empowerment, right? Because the one thing that's on our side, the one thing we can always rely on when it comes to who's for black empowerment and who's not is time. Give it time. Because in time, I see your true colors shining through, right? You give somebody enough time, they will tell you everything you need to know, right? Now, we already talk about bootlicking, buck dancing, ass scratching sellouts like goddamn Roland Martin, right? We roasted his ass last week, right? But there's a lot of other sellouts out there that you may not be wary about or you may not be privy to, right? Now, I want y'all to take a look at a supreme butt kissing, scratch sniff sellout by the name of Ted Williams. Now, I want y'all to look at a clip of this motherfucker right here at work.
Justice isn't the same as equal justice.
Okay. Obviously, we don't take anything Kamala Harris says seriously. First of all, she's not black, okay? And for people to prop her up like she's this black woman and all that is disgusting within itself, right? So don't take anything Kamala Harris says seriously, all right? She's not black. She's never been for black people. She's a agent for white supremacy, okay?
This verdict brings us a step closer. And
shut up.
It seems in conflict.
It certainly is in conflict, and I got to tell you, the system worked just the way it was supposed to work in this case. And I got to tell you, when I'm here in Minneapolis, and I can tell you, the streets of Minneapolis are calm, and I'm glad that they are calm because the system did, in fact, work. Shannon, think about it. We saw for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, a man died before our eyes. And what happened is we saw prosecutors, pro bono, come in and take this case. And they got justice for the family. As a matter of fact, Shannon, just a few minutes ago, I met with Thelonious Floyd, the brother of George Floyd, and he was telling me how elated the family is about what they believe that justice was served in this.
Okay. What's up, you suit knight? All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, you don't know who Ted Williams is. This dude was a former detective for the police, for the DC Police Department. All right, super coon. All right, super duper coon. All right, look what he said on Fox News. Okay, like my homie LVC said yesterday when we was on the live stream, never trust a black man who don't got no facial hair. Okay, and that motherfucker's face is as soft as a baby's ass. Because to stand towards black people is hard as a fucking rock. Okay? I mean, look, he's literally with Fox News. That should tell you everything you need to know about this super coon, right? This half-baked, bald-headed, Uncle Ruckus-looking motherfucker. Now, this was the thing. They had to get a guilty verdict because anything other than a guilty verdict and the streets of Minnesota would have been on fire that night. They'd have burned out every police department you would have known in that city. So they had to come up with a guilty verdict. There was no way that you could watch that video and say that Derek Chauvin wasn't guilty. Okay? There was no way in hell you can watch that video and come to the conclusion that Derek Chauvin did everything right. And, there was all these drugs in the system. And you got that other former police officer who shall remain nameless. Yeah, black dude, right? He knew who he is, fucking super coon ass nigga. You know what? I'm gonna call his ass out. Brandon Tatum, right? Brandon Tatum, that jackass fuck, that stupid ass fuck stick. He was taking all these white supremacist talking points and he was putting it on his channel. And they were soaking that bullshit up like a sponge. Super cool. Brandon Tatum, that's right. He know who he is. He know his fucking bread is buttered. And he won't dare go against them. See this thing about these super coons. They will come out here and they will sit up here and they will fucking wag their finger at the black community, right? Whether it be on the left arm of white supremacy or on the right arm of white supremacy. Don't matter. Y'all fucking coons, okay? Whether you're on the Roland Martin side or on this motherfucker right here, Ted Williams and Brandon Tatum. It don't fucking matter. Y'all are coons, all right? Y'all are sellouts. Y'all are buck dancers. Y'all are sambos, sellouts, and suck-ups and sock puppets. But they'll come in, they'll wag their finger at the black community, right? It's like they white counterparts just throw them out there, right? They'll say all the things that we want to say, and they'll go out there and they'll take their talking points and they'll bring it on their channels. And they'll bring it on any other kind of media platform that's going to give them a camera and a microphone, and they'll spew out this diarrhea of the mouth to black people. And then come election cycle, just like clockwork, well, you need to go out and vote. You need to go out there and make your voice heard. But if no one's appealing to my interests, why should I vote for him, right? Would you go on a date with someone that don't appeal to your interests? Would you call yourself being boyfriend or girlfriend to an individual that don't inspire you, that don't push you to be great, that ain't your supposed quote-unquote soulmate? So if you're not going to waste your time with someone that you have no intentions of marrying, then why would you waste your vote on someone that has no intentions of appealing to your interests? But that's what these bootlicks and these sellouts and these suck-ups do. And they come around like clockwork. Ted Williams is a detective. Obviously, you're not a smart one because you ought to know that if they came up with anything other than a guilty verdict, the streets of Minneapolis would have burned to the ground that night. And he knows that. What's up, Eric Johnson? There you go, man. It only takes one time to sell out the black community. You can't come back, okay? All the Jason Whitlocks of the world and the Stephen A. Smith, all these bootleg motherfuckers, right? Yeah, because there's some coons in sports too. They ain't just coons in politics, they're coons in sports too, right? Stephen A. Smith could take his ass on Fox News one day and go tell you to vote Republican. Really, motherfucker? Who could ever forget that, right? Jason Whitlock, right? Jason Whitlock for a long time was a bald-headed Sherman Club-looking motherfucker, and all of a sudden he went to fucking True Value one day, bought a box of chia, put the water on top of his head, right? Because the water obviously don't go in his mouth. It'll go on the top of his head. He'll plant that chia seeds on top of his head, water it every once in a while, and 2 weeks later, chia. He got motherfucking a full head of hair, right? But he gonna take his ass to the White House and interview Donald Trump in one of the most soft baked, because you know that's how he like his chocolate chip cookies. He like his chocolate chip cookies soft baked, right? One of the most soft baked interviews I ever seen in my fucking life. What you got on this D Money?
Hey man, salute to you, bro. I'm glad you're cooking these niggas, man, this morning. But hey, the shit is sad, bro, because these niggas are just more than sellouts. I feel like the term sellout is too nice for them, you know. They something more sinister and worse than that, bro. Like, you know, if you want to talk about white supremacy and racism, and they doing that and just as worse to the black community, bro. They ain't no better than the KKK, you know, in my opinion. They doing the same shit, and I'm glad like you got a channel like yours to spread the truth and kind of wake people up and let them know like we see your bullshit, man. We see your bullshit, and I feel like the next 4 years we always gonna have some idiots who want to go vote and, you know, and coon and book job and tell us voting matters. But every 4 years our people wake up a little more, bro. A little bit more every year. Every year we wake up a little bit more. So, and you're right about Kamala Harris. I don't take her fucking serious. She a fucking coon robot reading from a script. You know what I mean? Her fake ass. She not even black. The bitch is fucking Indian. And I think maybe her dad might be Jamaican or some shit, but the bitch is Indian. You know, I don't even think her hair get nappy, man. Fuck that bitch. Man, keep stepping these niggas' necks, man. For real.
Yeah. Man. And then, you know, she got a reprehensible record as a prosecutor and as a goddamn attorney general out there in California. Like, we was going to forget about all that bullshit she did when she was a goddamn prosecutor and shit. Right?
Yeah, I actually remember that. It was actually a documentary, and it was a dude it was in California. I forgot what city. I believe it's in San Francisco or the Bay Area. Wasn't she the DA like in San Francisco? So
yeah,
she dude got locked up on some bullshit charges, and he tried to show evidence to the DA, and she rejected it, bro. Like she's bullshit, bro. Like her, Bill Clinton, that nigga Sleepy Joe Biden, all these guys locked up our people, fucked us over for decades, and all of a sudden, just because they want Trump out of office, you know, they like fucking gods or angels all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not no idiot, man. I know what I think for myself. Fuck all these motherfuckers, man. And it's coming to a time where, you know, I be thinking about like, is it gonna be like a civil war or some shit? But I think it's gonna be a revolution, bro. And I don't know if it's gonna get bloody or not, but I feel like, you know, with people waking up, this shit is gonna come to a head eventually, man. This shit's gonna come to a head, and that's all I got for now.
All right, bro. I appreciate your take on that, and everything what you're saying is all 100% true, right? Eric Johnson, what's up, man? You know, I know you got something to say about this. Go ahead, bro. You got the flow.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? You know, man, it's a clean born every day, and I feel, man, I think it's a factory in the United States of America that is mass producing clean by the ton, man. Like this shit just basically like old shit that's going on with these clowns, man. They be knowing what the hell they be talking about. They know if they let that motherfucker go, the whole streets of Minnesota would have been rioting that along the whole damn country, and they didn't want to have no casualties from their police officers. We already seen that shit at the Capitol building. The police officers getting ran up on, getting slapped up like bitches in the street for not giving their pimp the money and shit. You already see they wasn't prepared for that, but they be way prepared for like black people protesting and shit about true justice. They be prepared for that. We have a SWAT team, fucking dogs and shit. They be having all types of heavy artillery for black folks, but they don't have that same smoke for the white folks. Unless they really get extreme with it. A motherfucker can go into a massage parlor because he can get a happy ending and kill 8 people though, but you wasting all your time, money, and resources on black people. Then you got coon sellouts out here selling us out. I basically call them nigger Nazis because they basically Nazis with a white supremacist mind. They don't really consider themselves black. Yeah, they got the color of skin of a black person, but they got the mindset of a cracker, a white person. And no matter how many shoes you tap in, no matter how many stale butter biscuits you eat from KFC, don't mean you're gonna be considered a white person. You just gonna be a nigga in a white man's world. So I really don't consider these clowns like real true black folks. They coons, sellouts, and my terminology for these motherfuckers is nigga Nazis.
Yeah. And then, hey, and then, I still can't get off of goddamn, Simone Sanders, aka, the Black Brian Urlacher, right? Look, this woman literally went from kicking ass and taking names to kissing ass and making coffee. Okay, this bitch literally put her life on the
Yeah,
line, body on the line, and only for Joe Biden to pick a woman who didn't even lift a finger to help him in the goddamn election, right? Goddamn, Karine Jean Pierre
Ricky
and
Jones knew what he
goddamn
was doing.
carrying that water for goddamn Joe Biden. What they do and what they get in return? They get the basement treatment.
Yeah, he basically got the left end of the prize box. He didn't get like the grand prize. He got the kitty prize, that you get out of a Cracker Jack box and shit. So he was expecting to get that position, but no, Joe Biden, Creepy Joe knew what he was doing by hiring an Asian, if I'm not mistaken. He's trying to get that Asian vote. So by hiring that nigga, that fucking linebacker, that snapper turtle, Simone Sanders wasn't going to benefit him in the long run because a majority of black people, not all, are waking up and seeing the bullshit that the Democratic and the Republican parties have been showing black people. Both sides are evil either way. It don't matter if Creepy Joe Pedo Joe Biden is in the office. It don't matter if Donald Trump in the office. They both are two sides of white supremacy. One person just gonna be out blatant with it. Then the other person, Creepy Joe Biden, gonna be low key with the shit. Joe Biden's white supremacy and racism. Like if you get that motherfucker mad, he's like a kid who got Tourette. He just gonna blurt the shit out. You get him pissed off enough, he gonna say the shit, but he trying to be sneaky with it. He trying to form these fake alliances with so-called black people, Kamala, the Camilla and Harriet, aka Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. We gonna come out here and talk about we need to do this, we need to do that, and get these bootlicks, these Uncle Toms and Coons
He
like
said
Tamika
Shaq.
Mallory and Stephen A. Smith. Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. You never know what this bitch is. She might be Asian one day. She might be Mexican the next day. She might be fucking Guadalupe. She might even be an alien from fucking Mars for all I care. We don't know what this bitch ethnicity is, man. We don't know what she is. She formed so many alliances with different people that you can't trust a bitch like that.
She literally trying to be everything to everybody, yo.
One thing
Basically,
I
I'm gonna
hate.
start calling this bitch Skittles because you never know what flavor you getting. You never know what flavor you getting with Kamala Harris. I'm basically gonna start calling this bitch Skittles because you never know what you'll get. It's every taste of the rainbow when it comes to this bitch, man.
Yep.
They always trying to push a racially ambiguous person to be black. Like, we gotta stop this shit, bro. You're not fucking black, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like Cardi B, a lot of these, I don't even, I barely even consider Patrick Mahomes to be black, bro. If I'm being honest, you know what I mean? I feel like as black people, we just kind of nice and let everybody in because of the quote unquote one drop rule. But a lot of these niggas, man, like, man, these niggas, they mix, bro. You know what I mean? They racially ambiguous. They're not us. They're not us, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Exactly.
gonna go with the majority of their race. So
motherfuckers showing us, and then this is the thing, they're unabashed in their racism. They're unabashed, they're unapologetic, and they're unyielding in their racism towards black people. Right? Look, the term white supremacy, right? Term white supremacy wasn't even in their lexicon until earlier this year. Then all of a sudden now you got white supremacists saying that, oh man, this white supremacy in America needs to be addressed. Motherfucker, you're part of the problem.
how you gonna address white supremacy when you out there supporting white supremacy? That shit's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, just because Joe Biden say white supremacy in his fucking inauguration address, right? You think that Joe Biden's not a white supremacist within himself? No, it's because see, what he tried to do is he tried to frame white supremacy with the KKK and the Nazis and shit, right? And the Proud Boys and all these other right extreme right wing groups. Okay, that's what he trying to frame white supremacy in that light. But white supremacy is more than just the KKK and the fucking Proud Boys and neo Nazis and all these other fucking extremist right wing groups. Okay, he's part of it. See, but Joe Biden think he's slick. Sloppy Joe Biden think he's slick, right? Trying to put the term white supremacy in the lexicon in the lexicon of society. But I see through your bullshit, okay?
Hey,
Go ahead,
facts, bro. That term, white supremacy, bro. I mean, it's really crazy because I feel like a lot of times, I feel like as black people, we might use that as an excuse. I feel like white supremacy or quote unquote racism always gonna happen. But what the fuck is racism if my own people stab me in my fucking back? You know what I'm saying? Like in this day and age, we got too much quote unquote power and pull. You know what I mean? We got too many quote unquote celebrities and positions of power, from politicians to athletes to whatever the fuck you want to name it. But all these fucking half-wits, man, they control, man. They control. They sucking dick. They selling out, getting their ass cheeks blown out for the fucking check, man. And I just want to know, man, is the money that fucking good, bro? Can you sleep at night, nigga? You know what I mean? Is the money that fucking good? It can't be, bro. It fucking can't be. But then again, they're not normal people. These people are evil, bro. Downright fucking evil, bro. Like real shit. Like damn, I don't even want to get your channel. I was gonna say some fucked up shit, but I don't want to get your channel fucked up. All I'm saying is, if a certain person or a certain person's in front of me, man, and I just so happen to have a 12-gauge shotgun, I might accidentally, hypothetically pull the trigger. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna
say. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, Pink Meadows, Cardi B, she not FBA. She not black. She made it known that
ain't no foundation for Black America. She's a Latino community.
If anything, Cardi B is a
fucking
racist.
We're calling black women roaches and shit. So.
Cardi B is a fucking racist. You can't sit up there and say that you're not black, but yet all up in your rap songs you making racial epithets that depict black people. That makes you a racist.
Yeah, bro, the bitch is racist, man.
And just because you like black dick don't mean you like black people.
Hey, say that one more time, bro, for the people in the back.
Don't mean that you're not racist. You might just like the black part. Just because you like black dick don't mean you like black people. You just like the black dick. You most likely gonna be racist if you just like what that man got between his legs. It's like that with certain women too and stuff. And certain men you might not like black women, but you like black pussy. So you still can be with your white supremacist ways and stuff.
Yeah. And then that way it pissed me off when Joe Biden was running for president and all that. You had Cardi B.
And the crazy thing about it is,
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe. You had Cardi B interviewing this motherfucker like she
and
just.
the crazy thing about it is, you got these activists out here.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Oh, my bad, dog. It is crazy that you got these activists out here making books and shit with this dumbass bitch Cardi B. But how you gonna be making books with an outsider when you shitting on Queen Vicky Dillard or the Fly Nubian Queen Network? You don't want that smoke because you was a coward. He's about to pay for more. And I made a video on this bitch on my channel and shit. So I hope it get more views on it because motherfuckers was coming at me when I was shitting all over Candace, the Raccoon Owens and shit. So I just had to address that midget of a activist, Tamika Mallory, so-called black woman who thinks she's out here doing shit for black people. What the hell you doing at the Grammys with the color of the Silver Surfer? I was like, what the fuck you dress up like that? I was like, is the Silver Surfer giving the Black Lives Matter speech? I was like, what the hell is going on? And how you gonna go on the Breakfast Club tap dancing for creepy Joe Biden, aka the plantation owner, talking about what he has done for black people? No, bitch, he ain't done nothing for us poor black folks out here. He done stuff for Asians. He giving Asians reparations and shit. He giving illegal immigrants $60 million a week to keep them in camps and shit. And I'm like, what the hell you giving illegal immigrants money for? They illegal immigrants. Not to say all of them are like that, but I mean, come on now. You use all your money and resources and shit for other motherfuckers when black people voted for your creepy ass. And you motherfuckers out there that voted for him talking about y'all need to get y'all asses out there and vote. Y'all need to get y'all booty out there and vote. We ain't forget that y'all put that fucking commercial out. This the first time in American history that I know of that a motherfucker has used like strippers and shit, and they like, commercials to get people out there to vote. They'll only do that shit to black people. They won't do that shit to Latinos and shit. They won't have no mariachi band out there talking about you need to get out and vote. They say we need to show our Mexican flag for Joe Biden. They won't get no Asians out there talking that shit, but they're damn sure get some black folks out there in commercials and shit to be shaking your ass and have get to beat out there and vote stickers. It's always something with black people, and we really have a false sense of hope with clowns like Tamika Mallory and bootlegs like Jason Whitlock and coons like Stephen A. Smith. It's just a whole plethora of these clowns out here that ain't really showing their true colors to the black community. They basically just showing it for white supremacy.
Yeah. The so-called activists out here, man, fuck all that. Motherfuckers out here being goddamn bought and paid for props. That's all y'all not. That's all y'all are. Bought and paid for props. I see through your bullshit. Everybody else might be asleep, but I'm not. I know what the fuck going on. You motherfuckers out there think y'all slick. Y'all ain't slick. For real.
They don't want to see the real shit. They just want to keep the sand in their eyes. They just want to be like an ostrich. They head in the damn sand. They don't really want to see reality because you get a little bit of trinkets and stuff. You get the last piece of chicken on the table after everybody else done got their piece. They just gonna leave you with a little piece of the chicken. They ain't gonna really give you a good cooked meal out of this. They're gonna leave you the stale ass church's chicken butter biscuit with no honey and say, here, nigga, here you go. We done ate everything now, so this is your share. what basically these white folks and these other folks using you coon ass niggas for, and y'all just smiling in them, all in the videos, dancing, doing all that dumb shit. But you gonna realize one day that you was doing all this stupid shit for nothing, and you gonna try to come back to the black community with a hat in your hand, hands open and sorry about. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ready to change. No, bitch. Once a coon, always a coon. Cooning don't have no retirement plan. It don't have no 401k. Once they done with your ass, they'll find another coon to be buck dancing and cooning on it table later.
And another thing, and Stephanie talked about this, Stephanie pointed this out. I know I talk about this a lot, man. But a lot of these goddamn pastors out here, right? These supposed ordained ministers of men of God and all that, and yet they're leading you right to the fucking devil.
Hey, when it come to people, when people be talking all that, I was just gonna say, when it comes to people that be when I see people who be Bible toters a little bit too much, that be a telltale sign, nigga, you the devil, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with you. But like, that's a good point. All these pastors and preachers and shit. You know, I got a theory on that shit. I always said this in my opinion. With all these goddamn black churches all across America and all these working class and even poor folk giving these churches 10 to 20% of their income a week, could you imagine what we can do with that income? 10 to 20% of Black America's income a week, and we did something with that shit instead of going to the pastor's fucking, I don't know, fucking hairline job or some shit or whatever the fuck they do with the money, man. Like you know, the lack of knowledge, bro. It really do fuck our people over, bro. But you know, we waking up slowly, man. So salute to you and your channel, man. I know you probably don't get the most views, but people watching, people listening, and you making an impact, man, for real.
Hey, man, Rome wasn't built overnight. And I appreciate y'all because, look, all I do is put up the content, right? If you guys aren't liking the videos, sharing the videos, subscribing to the channel and all that, because, look, YouTube be putting me on the shadow ban. So whenever these videos pop up, I would appreciate if you guys would share the videos and all that so that we can get the message out there, because there's too many motherfucking sellouts going on right now. People like me get shadow banned, and the people they want to prop up, they'll get the views, they'll get all the subscriptions and the likeness and all that, right? So that's why it's important that when you see these videos, share the videos and all that, right? But going back to these pastors, right? Because let's talk about it real. Let's get to the truth of the matter here, right? If you go to a lot of these black churches, right? If you go to these black churches, a lot of these black churches are deep in the hood, okay? If the church might be clean and pristine, but everything around them is fucking slums and shit. And the only time you see the pastor is when? Sunday, and on maybe like on Tuesday and Wednesday for Bible study. Does he come around there on a random night to see what's going on in the community and help the people that's in that community that go into his church? No. For all intents and purposes, the pastor don't even fucking live in that area where all those slums is at. His house on the other side of town. But yeah, he want to come in with his fucking
where the white folks at. How you doing?
Yeah. He want to come in his robe and with
how you doing?
With a fresh cut on Sunday and want to keep you in church for 3 hours. Talk about, will a man rob God? How you need to come to Jesus and all that. Motherfucker, you get your dick sucked in the back after church. How the fuck you can sit there and tell me how I need to live right and all that when you're not living right? You're taking money from white supremacists. You're carrying their talking points.
And don't forget this, they serving you motherfuckers grape juice and crackers when the Bible say you need to serve the people wine and bread. How the fuck is you serving people juicy juice and Dollar Tree crackers and you out here driving in a brand new Benz talking about I'm living good? Yeah, motherfucker, you living good off them donations you taking from the people. If you were really a true man of God, you would be serving the people wine and bread, not no fucking grape juice and crackers. You talk the
Yeah.
word of God in the Bible, but how the fuck you out here serving people grape juice and crackers?
Yeah. Motherfucker out there serving stale ass fucking crackers that's been growing stale for like goddamn months and shit. And grape juice. Grape juice? Really, grape juice. You serving people Welch's grape juice when it's supposed to be wine.
And it ain't the juicy juice. They serving you that off-brand Kroger juice, that Kroger brand juice. You know, shit. They
Yeah,
don't want to
they
spend all their hard-earned money on no damn fine, authentic juicy juice.
motherfuckers out there buying jungle juice and shit. But they said they tell you will a man rob God, right? I literally went to church one day where the pastor stopped service because he didn't feel like people were giving enough money to the church and all that. So the motherfucker literally stopped service. Man, I wanted to get up there and grab that goddamn microphone. I'm like, look, y'all don't gotta give y'all money to this fucking sham. Y'all don't gotta give y'all hard-earned money. Where does money going? If anything, they need to be holding these pastors accountable. Where's the money going? Now, if you're a pastor that happen to be watching this video, you out there doing the right thing, and you out there showing the congregation the distribution of funds where it's going at, all well and good. But there's a lot of pastors out there that don't do that. There's a lot of them take that money, they go out there funding their own lifestyle with it. They got holes of different area codes and shit. Meanwhile, motherfucker about to get evicted from out the apartment. Motherfucker about to get their car repossessed. Motherfucker got cars breaking down on the side of the road. Can't get no money to help them and all that because the pastor out there, they taking the whole lot of money to give it to a fucking charlatan. And he doing this, that, and the third with the money. The roof leaking. The toilet don't fucking work. Hell, the church hard as hell. You literally, you trying to get your way into heaven, and you literally walking into hell some Sundays.
And you bringing devils in your church like Donald Trump. How the hell you gonna bring a white supremacist in the house of God when he ain't doing nothing but the devil's work? That's just crazy. And hell, all you nigga pastors up there like the picture of Jesus with all his disciples, but without the disciples and Jesus, you basically had Donald Trump as the devil with all this little cool Pastor Nicholas telling you motherfuckers to get y'all ass out there and keep these niggas around and get them to vote Republican and keep me in office. All you nigga pastors that was out there buck dancing the clean for Master Trump when he was in the office as president, y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. The God don't need to be hollering at none of you motherfuckers. All y'all churches need to burn down. All y'all hoes need to get pregnant so y'all can start paying child support and just leave all you motherfuckers broke, man. Y'all are scam. Y'all scamming your own people with that bullshit.
Yeah. It's a goddamn shame. We got people out here that's supposed to be serving the black community, but the only thing they're serving is themselves, right? That's why I got on Roland Martin like I did last week, because that fucking supreme buck dancing headline, corporate headline having ass motherfucker went down to North Carolina thinking he was going to just grandstand and buck dance all about that issue when it comes to Andrew Brown. But I'm glad that my brothers and sisters out there in North Carolina G-check that motherfucker, because he deserve it. He ain't going down there to serve them, because what has he done? Has he put any money in the black community? Has he helped stop the gentrification process that's going on? And I'll call out a lot of these black mayors too, because a lot of these black mayors be taking some side money. Next thing you know, they're gentrifying communities out here. Communities getting gentrified. Black people who's been living in the same house for like 50 years, all of a sudden now got to get the fuck out because they want to rezone everything and they want to build, whatever mall they want to build out there, man. The fuck out of here. These motherfuckers
building fucking apartment complexes for fucking college students that don't even pay the money.
They want to serve their goddamn self. Like when these jackasses come run around your town, these goddamn Z-list celebrities come sniffing around your town and shit. They act like you supposed to roll out the red carpet for them and shit. All right, son Goku, what you got?
What's up? Salute to you guys. I just hopped on just now. I'm gonna make it quick. So like like unless you're about that life trying to make a change for the Black community, like the problem is we have too many media people, too many of these fake saying that we're all for helping the Black community, but they're all talk but no action. Unless you're all action, just shut the fuck up and be quiet. That's all I have to say.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your take on the matter. Salute to Luda Rider Sports. Yeah. Carl Winslow, twin brother. I don't even think Carl Winslow, twin brother, rock with him like that. I think Carl Winslow fucking disowns his twin brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We all know what it is out there. And then these
gonna put a case on his ass.
Huh? Was that Eric?
I was saying Carl Winslow hate his brother so much he'll put a case on his ass. I was saying Carl Winslow, twin brother, hate him so much he'll probably put a case on his ass for all the Supreme Buck dancing he be doing.
Hell yeah. We already know what it is, man. Yeah, man, the home price is going up. It's going up like crazy. But yet you leave it up to these Bammers out here. These Bammers out here tell you, there's nothing wrong. All you gotta do is stick with us, and we're gonna make sure that we see things do for y'all. You gotta trust me. This is, it's not that simple. Motherfucker, it is that simple. You either appeal our interest, you bow to the knee of our interest, or you can get the fuck on, and we get somebody else in there that's gonna do it.
Exactly.
And we don't need the vote. We don't need. All we got to do is go ahead and turn up in these motherfucking streets and make these streets hot. And you'll see how we move the needle in this bitch. Right? And look, if black people, look, us black people, I don't think how motherfuckers understand how we move shit around this bitch. Right? When it comes to movies and music and fashion and
sports.
And sports. Motherfuckers come, look, when we have something going on, motherfuckers show up to what we got going on. Motherfuckers hate us so much, but yet they want to know what we doing, how we operate it.
To give one example,
how much power we got. If we could sit up here and come together and start fighting each other over dumbass shit, motherfuckers want to get here and get in heavy arguments over fucking basketball. Right? But we won't put the same energy when it comes to empowering our people and getting us the things we need, getting us the tangibles we need, so that way people can thrive and have a chance in this society. The motherfuckers want to sit there and act like goddamn savants and goddamn scientists when it comes to basketball, and a lot of you motherfuckers out there don't know shit about basketball. But anyway, I don't want to go into. I'm trying to calm down here.
We does have too many people that are too delusional. Too many of our people that are just sheep. They don't want to use their mind. They just want to follow the words of someone that has no experience, hasn't really been out there. So I don't know what to say.
Barry Johnson, what you got? And salute to Kevin Wedderburn in the building, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, TD Jakes is a goddamn sellout. Well, I like to call him TD
Talk about that
Face.
fat ham hog eating motherfucking man.
Yeah, TD Face.
TD bitch.
Yeah.
These nigga pastors, man. They know what they doing. They out here false preaching. I mean, it's on every level. You know, you got these coons in the sports, cooning for white people. You got these niggas in the music industry bringing these trash ass white rappers back up, bringing these wannabe pop acts in, talking about if they black or not. Fucking Justin Bieber, garbage ass. You got false wannabe DJs like DJ Khaled fat ass talking about he's the DJ. We the best. Nah, nigga. Some of them artists on your garbage ass compilation album, they might be good, but like, come on, dude. You ain't no damn DJ. When have you ever rocked a party or been on the wheels of steel? I know DJs like Grandmaster Flash, you know, fucking
Yup.
Funk Flex, he's a DJ. He's better than your motherfucking ass, like DJ Clue. Shit, like, I mean, come on now. Like, if you was really a DJ out here, you could really rock a party. Get your fat ass on two turntables. And no, sir, two turntables is not two buckets of KFC chicken extra crispy, sir. We talking about two turntables. Get some vinyl records and see if your ass is scratched. See if your ass can rock a
Facts.
party. You might got these new kids who with that bullshit, but if you was really out here for hip hop and shit, you'll put the DJ format. DJ is one of the areas of hip hop which motherfuckers has really forgotten about. Y'all be so infatuated on the beat and shit, y'all really don't be hearing what these niggas be saying on these garbage ass songs and stuff. Not to say that all the music is trash though, but like if you see all this shit in the mainstream media, like it's garbage. Like name me 5 DJ Khaled songs right about now that people will actually listen to in the next 5 years. But I can name you 5 Jay-Z songs. I can name you 5 Nas songs. Hell, I can even name you 5 fucking. Let me see. I can even name you 5 T.I. songs over the past 5 years. I can say and stuff. But like, come on, man. These dudes out here they just take a train, man. They just try to come in, take the style of the brother who's actually putting it down with hip hop and try to change it. I don't
Try
hear
to
you
steal
dudes
the
talking
culture.
about artists like Big L. I don't hear you dudes talking about Cool G Rap. I don't hear you dudes talking about, you know, our fallen soldiers that's been in the hip hop game like that. Y'all want to talk about DMX and his drug habit. Y'all should have been talking about what he done for hip hop and shit. Y'all just want to get all on the man's coattails and stuff now that the brother's dead. Y'all weren't talking about Black Rob when he was alive. Y'all was talking about how Diddy didn't take care of him. And Diddy ought to be ashamed of himself. You have niggas like that who brought you up and shit. Bad Boy wouldn't be shit without Biggie Smalls, Craig Mack, fucking Shine, and a whole lot of other artists like that. And I get tired of these wannabe executives, these wannabe ass DJ ass niggas, these wannabe dudes in the culture talking about they doing shit for hip hop when y'all really hurting hip hop and shit.
And
It's just
Masterpiece.
terrible that you got everybody in every section of society just messing up shit for no reason.
And to touch up on the DMX, when you brought up DMX, Masterpiece said this in an interview, and I totally agree. Like, if you really cared about what DMX was going through, like those whole situation with him could have been prevented, but like the hip hop, like there's not really like it's kind of similar to the NBA, the hip hop community. They're not to get like the whole like togetherness, like it's all fake. Did anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, we heard.
yeah, like that whole God rest in peace DMX, but like if more people tried to, like people like you said, try to talk about DMX, like his history of like overdose, but a like the man is underappreciated, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, when when you actually listen to some of his songs and verses, it's a whole, like I'll tell you this, it's a whole lot better than all this a whole lot better than all these like they want to be new age rappers, like, oh my god. But I'll let you continue, sorry.
y'all got the floor.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because a lot of these dudes don't really go back and read, like they don't really go back in the past and check out their history and stuff. Like they don't go for like certain years to check out what this artist was doing, how he was so innovative in his style of music. They'll talk about Jay-Z all day, but a lot of these kids don't know nothing about LL Cool J. And me, and I was born in '94. I know a little something about LL Cool J and stuff, but if you was talking about somebody really being like a legend and being like rock and roll Hall of Fame worthy, like why should LL Cool J be nominated 6 times for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but a motherfucker like Jay Z can get nominated and he can get in after 25 years, but LL Cool J been out way before him. His first album was in '85, Radio, and I hate that you have legends like that in the hip hop game that don't really get their, props and stuff until they die and shit. Because a lot of dudes didn't know nothing about Black Rob like that. Only probably song they probably know him for is Whoa. They don't know nothing about his albums and stuff. Hell, they barely even know about Junior Mafia because Junior Mafia only came out with one album and shit. Everybody talk about Biggie, and Tupac and shit. Not to say that they didn't bring legendary music while they was there, but these niggas has been oversaturating their legacy and stuff with all these, documents, movies and shit, just trying to get a cash grab and stuff. And what I hate about hip hop is nowadays that they don't really take the time to really go back
Learn
and
history.
rekindle their history with some of these older artists and stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like I said, the old school don't get enough love and appreciation. Like all these new hip hop fans, like they're too ignorant. Like they like to they like listening to all these new generation, but they don't really. I feel like they don't really give time and really appreciate the ones that came before them, like like you mentioned, the Biggie, Tupac. Yeah, like no one will dispute like there are all-time greats, but there's more and more that came way above them. Like people don't give enough credit to guys like for example Marvin Gaye. Hell, oh my God, I keep. You mentioned Flex, right? Grandmaster Flex. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I
That's
mentioned yeah, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
mm-hmm.
Cool Mo D. Dudes like the Treacherous Three, fucking
Yeah,
24+1, and y'all need to really be thanking Sylvia Robinson. Cause she is the queen of hip hop music. Cause she was the first person to actually give these artists from the streets a chance. Cause without her and Sugar Hill Records, the first ever hip hop record label,
Sugar Hill.
none of this shit would have ever been possibly happening for hip hop. It might have been happening in another like different way, but it might have not been like a major impact on it and stuff. Cause a lot of these dudes don't really know nothing from the first era of hip hop and stuff, which was I think from '79 to like '82. Then like '82 and beyond, you had that heavy beat format and stuff with like your LL Cool J's, your Run DMC's, your Cool Mo D's, and other artists like that. They don't really go back and see that first era of hip hop because when hip hop first started, it was still like a blend of like disco production beats and stuff, and they was doing like cover songs, but like doing it in like a hip hop like format and stuff, just doing their rhymes and stuff. But they don't really go back and see like the true essence of like that first generation of hip hop. They'll probably go back like to the '90s and stuff, but most of the time these kids won't even know shit about that. They'll just probably be like, yeah, I like that beat, I use that sample, but they don't really know where that beat come from and shit. They'll just take the beat and just fuck it up and
Like
stuff.
they don't know some of who was the innovator, who was the first person to make that beat popular. Like they wouldn't know that. They'll just like the artist, like the way he beats, but like they don't really give credit to the person that was the innovator of that style.
Yeah, they'll try to take it and like blend it into their own style and saying I created this, but you was influenced by something. Because a lot of these kids now have been influenced by Kanye, and Kanye ain't like what he used to be when I was growing up and shit. I missed that late registration, that graduation, and a little bit of 808s and heartbreak. But most of them, that's most of their favorite album and stuff, 808s and heartbreak. But in my opinion, that really should have been an EP because most of those songs I don't really like on there and stuff. I probably like maybe 5 songs on there at the max and stuff. But most of the time they'll go to like a Kanye West or probably like a Travis Scott, like to be heavy influence and stuff, with like a Future. They don't really try to change their style and format and stuff because a lot of these dudes out here sound is the same. They're just using different production and just trying to saturate the same rhyme schemes and stuff over. They don't really try to switch it up. They don't really think outside of the box. Most of these artists are too scared to go outside of the box to really take a chance and actually say something. Oh yeah, Kevin Wedderburn, Justin Bieber with dreadlocks is ridiculous. I don't think no white dude with dreadlocks should be wearing dreadlocks, especially no dude like Justin Bieber who smells like straight up wet dog and shit. Talking about he was gonna kill niggas with chainsaws and stuff, but you got these cool sellout niggas up here trying to bring Justin Bieber back up because he ain't been putting out no hits ever since he was a damn kid. So they'll try to do some shit like that. They'll try to bring a garbage ass quarterback like Tim Tebow back as a fucking tight end. They'll give him chance after chance after chance. Won't give the brother Colin Kaepernick a damn chance back in the NFL, but they'll bring a washed up ass quarterback from the University of Florida who ain't do shit in the NFL a chance to get back in the NFL. So you see how that works.
That's
Oh, what's up
valid.
on
Like,
Mega Red? I'm just going through the.
hello? Were you
Yeah, I
saying
hear
something?
you. I was just going through the comment section. Stephanie, the Asians are now pandering for $200 million in addition to the 50 they're about to receive. I was just saying I was going through the comment section and seeing what everybody was saying. Yeah, man, creepy Joe Biden opened up the bank vault for them Asians and shit. They pandering for $200 million, but they just got $50 million. They should have got that. How about you give $200 million to the black folks out here? And then give 50 million to black people. Matter of fact, give us 250 million since you out here giving Asians $50 million and shit for reparations and shit. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, how do you how are you going to preach about how there's so much injustice to us, but so let me get this straight. You said he's giving 50 million to Asians, like the Asian community, but he ain't doing shit for us.
Yeah, they consider them honorary white supremacists though, because I think they can control their mindset. Some of them are just too scared to get the white man mad and stuff. So I don't know, but they got enough resources and shit to probably do their own thing. But they want to be considered like under white people's like toenails and stuff. And I'm not saying most of them are like that though, but they quick to blame a black dude for anything. But if a white dude do something, oh, he don't do nothing. He didn't know no better. He was having back this. No,
I
they don't
mean,
really consider them like that main enemy. They'll consider a black
like a black brother. I mean, I feel you. I mean, look at with the whole thing, like they try to downplay like the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, and hell, I remember when that supremacist bitch ass Dylan Roof shoot up that church. Like after the cops took him, after the cops like had him in custody, they went straight to Burger King. So the problem, like like they do have the power, so they like the people in the higher ups, they do have a problem, they do have the power to fix this whole thing, but like they're not going to do it. And like it just like at this point, like in order for there to be like change for us like we basically have to rely on ourselves to try to have this change, and we can't really count on these so-called politicians and stuff.
Yeah, on that note, I'm going to
You
end
was
the
right,
stream,
brother,
man.
for what you can. And I was
Y'all.
just going through the comments here. All right.
Yeah, I gotta run. I'm going to end the stream, y'all. But I appreciate y'all for coming on tonight. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna leave by saying this. And I'm making ready to took the word right out of my mouth, man. We got the power to stop these fools, but it takes us coming together. And we not the motherfuckers that don't have our interests at heart. And we're gonna move together in one unit, as one mind, one body, one soul, and shit. And that's what it's gonna take if we're gonna defeat these white supremacists out here and get the tangibles we're looking for. But I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Smash the like and subscribe, man. This your boy. Scream at me.